Hi guys, it's me, Faye, here at Faye Dusk, and I am in the temple, and you may have noticed that Harmony is not here and I am by myself. I've decided to film a couple of videos in here and I've kicked her out and she's gone to go do her own thing. But this video is for my new series that I am doing, which is called Exploring Your Inner Fae. And this video on this topic, which is it's okay to have a bad day, is what inspired, it's like the brainchild, what inspired this like whole series. And so far I've been very unlucky filming this video. This will be my fourth attempt. The first 3 attempts on this camera, and I've never had a problem with this camera since I got it in August. The video would be like 20 minutes long and literally it just won't save. And I'd be so annoyed because it's been the best video that I've ever done, and it's just so each time I'm trying to remember what I said and I don't know how well I'm doing with that, and so that's why I've decided to do a blog post as well to go with this video. And I will link the actual blog post in the description bar. The link to my blog is in the description bar, but I haven't got any blogs yet. But Annika's helped me revamp my blog, so I've got links to all my social networks and stuff, and she's made it all pretty, so thank you, Annika. But yeah, so I have the link to the actual post below, and it will just be obviously it'll be about this topic and it'll be more concise. I'd probably ramble and maybe get you a bit confused, so it will just be nice and maybe even more in depth, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna get on with the video. So what I want to talk about is that it's okay to have a bad day. And what I mean by that is that everyone has bad days, and bad day is different for each person. What is a bad day for you may not be a bad day for me, or maybe be completely different, and vice versa. Like a bad day can be anything from feeling fat and feeling horrible to having an argument with your spouse, or not feeling appreciated at work, or anything, even like your hair not going right. Like literally, a bad day is anything that makes you not feel good and not feel positive. And I mean, first of all, you may not feel that this topic is really sort of like pagan or Wiccan, and I know it's not really covered on YouTube very much, but I feel that it is a very important and beneficial topic, because if you're feeling bad and you're feeling rubbish, then obviously this is going to spill over into your spiritual life and your spiritual practice. And I mean, rituals could go awry, like you could just not feel good, like anything really. You may not even feel witchy. So I feel that it is a very important topic to discuss. And it's so hard of like trying to remember everything that I've said now. But no, so basically I'll try and give you an example. For me personally, was always something that I've struggled with, and I've noticed that it's only really sort of been the last 6 months to a year that I've learnt this lesson, and it's had so much of a better and more positive impacts on my life in general. And normally I'll be going through my life every day, and then wham, I'll have a bad day, and then I'll just feel rubbish and feel awful and not get anything done. But let me give you a better example, and an actual example from my life is that I have a full-time job and I work 30 to 40 hours a week, and I do shift work, so I'm very tired and stuff when I get home, so I don't always have time to do a lot of witchy stuff or YouTube stuff. And I like to make lists and things like that anyway, so I have a planning calendar, and I actually colour code my to-do lists, and I always have loads of to-do lists, and I always feel better when I've got a to-do list, so I know exactly what I'm going to be doing, especially on my days off. And on the to-do list, it could be anything from casting spells, or editing YouTube videos, filming YouTube videos, doing stuff in my book of shadows, DIY stuff in my bedroom, seeing friends, anything basically. And I would have been busy and I would have worked a lot, and I'll wake up in the morning on my day off and I'll look at my to-do list and I'll be right, I've got all this to do, and then suddenly I'll just feel overwhelmed, and I'll feel really oh, I can't do this, and so I'll just go back to sleep because I'm exhausted anyway because I've worked a lot, and I'll go back to sleep, and then I'll go back to sleep for about 4 or 5 hours, and I'll wake up and it'll be the middle of the afternoon, and then I'll beat myself up and I'll be like, oh my god, like, because it's the middle of the afternoon, I'll be like, I wasted the day. I had all this to do, and I'm not going to be able to do this till next week now. I'm going to have to change everything, and then I'll be really mad and really upset and really depressed and really down with myself for the rest of the day, and I'll beat myself up all day, and then it'll come to it'll probably spill over into the next day as well. I'll feel rubbish, and literally, and then it's like just a cycle. But the concept that I've sort of come up with, and what the trick that I find that's really helped me, is that I'll do what I like to call salvage the day. So I'll have my day off, and I'll have my things to do, and I'll feel really tired and exhausted. But what I'll do is I'll listen to my body, and I'll go back to sleep, and I'll sleep for a few hours, whatever, and I'll wake up. And whereas normally I beat myself up and say, oh my god, are you so lazy or whatever, I'll instead of doing that, I'll salvage the day. So I'll put a positive spin on it and be like, right, I've slept for some of the day, like I've lost a few hours, but I still have some time where I can do some stuff. So I'll go and film my YouTube videos, or I'll edit, or do whatever it was I was going to do on my to-do list, and I will still do it, and I'll feel so much better afterwards. Because not only have I got things done on my to-do list, I've also listened to my body, and I've gone back to sleep, and I was exhausted, and I did the things that my body was saying, right, Faye, you need to do this. And I listened to my body, and I salvaged the day. And for me, personally, it works really, really well. And another example would be, as you know, like, I struggle with my weight, and I've gone on about this in so many videos, and this is another topic that I'll be covering in this series, but weight loss, for me, personally, I feel that it's my soul's journey to struggle with my weight. And I put weight on, and I lose weight, and I know one day I'll get where I want to be, and that I will share my journey with others, to inspire others and to help others. I personally believe in life that I was meant to struggle with my weight, and it's only something I relatively recently like have that epiphany that this is what is meant to happen. But another example will be that I'll have my day off and I'll need to go to the gym, but I'm really tired or whatever, I just really won't feel like going to the gym, so I don't go to the gym. Or it'll be my time of the month and I'll be really craving chocolate or something, and if I have the chocolate or I don't go to the gym, I'll beat myself up and I'll feel really bad, and I'll be like, oh my god, you're so lazy, you haven't been to the gym, you had that chocolate when you shouldn't have done, and all this sort of stuff. And it's really not helpful. And another common thing that people say is to, like another sort of, especially in popular psychology, is to imagine what you'd say to your best friend. Imagine yourself as your best friend. Like if your best friend said that she was really exhausted because she worked so much and she just really didn't feel like going to the gym that day, you wouldn't like say she was lazy. You wouldn't beat her up for it. You'd support her. Or if God forbid she wanted a chocolate bar, you wouldn't say that she was pathetic and she can't diet and she could never do anything. You'd be supportive to her and say that everyone has cravings, and that today is only one day, and that having a bad day isn't a bad life. And that just because one day you're bad doesn't mean that you can't make up for it tomorrow. And I think that's a very important thing or lesson to learn. And that's another thing that's the one thing, like if you take one thing away from this video, is that having a bad day, a bad day is not a bad life, basically. And it isn't. And it is easier said than done, I know that. And in life, it's quite scary to think about, but really we like to think we're in control, but control really in a lot of ways is an illusion. We go about our lives, we plan things that we want to do, and I don't know, life just happens, and life throws us curveballs, and we have everything written down, things we want to do at a certain age or whatever, to-do list, whatever, and life happens and things just don't happen. But I like to think that each of us are on our own path, and obviously each person's path is individual to them, and you're going along your path and something happens in your life and you take a detour, which I like to think of as a scenic route. Just because you're taking a detour doesn't mean that you've that it ends there, that your path ends there. Because you detoured, you end up on your path, but you just end up back on at a different point. And most times in life, the detours are the important lessons or amazing things that happen to us that, I don't know, change our outlook, or things that needed to happen to us. And detours can be a good thing. It's like a scenic route, basically. I mean, life isn't just a straight road. Our path isn't just a straight road. We will take detours. That's just like life. But a detour is not a negative thing. It can be a really positive thing. It can give us lessons and inspiration. Like, the most amazing things usually happen unexpectedly, basically. So that's what I like to think. And even though there's been so many times when I have things planned and things to do, and I have my bad day or my bad week or whatever, I can still salvage the day and still get things done. It just means I just don't get things done in the order necessarily that I want to get them done. But that's not a bad thing, because I've listened to my body and I've listened to my inner voice and what I need. So by listening to your body and salvaging the day, you can still be creative, positive and productive, is basically what I want you to take away from this video. And I think, having learnt this lesson, I've noticed my YouTube channel is nearly 2 years old, but I've only really been active on it, making videos this last sort of year. And I've found, especially this last sort of few months into Christmas, like, I've felt so positive and inspired. And I think this lesson, telling myself that it is okay to have a bad day has helped me so much. I feel so much different and so inspired and positive. I think it's really come out on my channel, because before I would put effort into my videos and stuff, but I'd find that I'd be like, oh, please comment, because I still do, because I love seeing comments from people, and I always get really excited and stuff. But no, I mean, people wouldn't really watch my videos, or no one would really subscribe, maybe a few people. But I think, since having learnt this lesson and meaning that I'm so much more inspired and positive, and I want to share these lessons that I've learnt with other people, like with you guys. It's helped so much in my channel. I think it's come out my personality and in my channel, because now literally I have so many subscribers, and people all the time are leaving really nice comments, and I feel so positive and happy, and I've made so many plans for my channel and my journey, and I feel so grateful to be able to share it with you and stuff. And I just think that literally because I've learnt this lesson, it has helped me so much. It's helped in so many areas of my life, like relationship, friendships, work, family, everything, my spiritual life, everything. Because even though if I have a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, it's not the rest of my life. And I think as well, it's important to let yourself have a bad day. So if you're having a bad day and you're feeling rubbish, you just let yourself get on with it. Let yourself feel rubbish. You'll pick it up later. You'll salvage the day. Tomorrow is another day where you can get on and do the stuff that you need to do. So I'm going to leave it there, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and fingers crossed it actually saves. But so look in the description bar for the blog post, and I hope you enjoy. And I'd love to know what tips and tricks you have to get through your bad day, and you never know, it might help other people, and I hope that I've helped and inspired you. And I will see you in my next video. Blessed be.